fellowship events that are beyond the hours of daylight, and some of them even do continue for days. That's an example of where if you put hours of operation in place for all public assemblies, you might violate RLUIPA if it is too restrictive. Noise violations. I think probably some of the most interesting examples came out of Minneapolis. There was a very noisy church. It was an African-American church in a residential neighborhood. And churches, as Bob Charlin has always told us, make lousy neighbors because they can be very, very boisterous. If they're popular, you're going to have noise that you will hear in the residential homes. We have two different types of regulations in the city. One is a strict decibel reading, 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I doubt any church would violate that standard. There's a more subjective standard, and it lists a bunch of per se public nuisance noises. People coming and going from cars late at night and shutting car doors is not a per se public nuisance noise. The only thing the city ever had that came close was, if you recall, the Star Tribune had a distribution center, and they were using metal carts, and they were throwing big bundles of papers in them and then taking them across a bumpy parking lot to their cars, with lots of people out smoking and talking, and then dumping them in the cars. Even in that case, we didn't enforce using 10.30. We had educational meetings with them, and they voluntarily moved to a different location. Food service. State law, if you remember, there was a law that was called the Church Basement Ladies Law.